So today we're looking at the Velociraptor 4-pack Target exclusive. It includes Velociraptor Charlie, Echo, Blue, and Delta. And what's unique about this is that this Velociraptor Blue is exclusive to Target, and I'll explain a little bit more. So apparently this Charlie, Echo, and Delta are all going to be available just like these individually. I haven't seen them. If they are available somewhere, they're not available around me. Maybe they're a Toys R Us exclusive. I don't know what where these individual packed Raptors are. I've seen them online. I've seen people unbox them, but I don't know where they're getting them. So this is the Target exclusive version that has all three of the exact same Raptors you would buy individually packaged. And I believe those Raptors are $10 a piece. So this is $34.99 and you get a fourth Raptor. Now at first I thought that this Velociraptor Blue was the same Raptor from the Growler set without the animatronics. And it's interesting because the sculpt is almost identical. The mouth is in the same position, the color looks exactly the same, but this is a lot bigger. The Growler is actually out of scale with the other three Raptors that are available here. So the Growler of Blue, it's probably something I'm going to have to pick up and review separately because this is very different. Now, of course, there's the Target exclusive glow feature that lights up the back of the dinosaur here in some sort of hidden paint, which seems to be a feature that Target is utilizing in all of their exclusives. But a really interesting set because these three are supposedly available single. I haven't seen them, and this is totally different. It's bigger than the Growler, and there's a couple other differences as well. So I'm going to rip into this thing, and we'll take a look at all these up close. So I've got it out of the package, but I did want to go over the package a little bit more. The Tyrannosaurus and the Jurassic World symbol are very much in line with the rest of the toys. But these two Velociraptors right here, which remind me a lot of Jurassic Park 3, are exclusive to this package, and I think they look really cool. It shows the blue on the back, kind of highlighting that play feature that Target has in all of its exclusives, and as you can see, it says only at Target there on the package. And then on the back, there's some big pictures of the figures, Echo, Charlie, Delta, and Blue, and again highlighting that play feature with the glowing. And then it does say something about the Raptors up here. Clever as ever, Jurassic World's Velociraptors Blue, Charlie, Delta, and Echo are masterful hunters. The question is, can the fences hold them? And if not, how fast can you run? So where I am right now is I'm under the impression that the Velociraptors are tamed in this movie. I have seen them doing some sort of attacks on vehicles, but this makes it sound like they may not be as nice as we've been led to believe. So here are the four of them out of the packaging, and you'll notice that I have them pretty close together. Why is that? Because 3 out of the 4 of them will not stand on their own without assistance. And I'm going to go into these a little bit more in detail, but I'm just going to come out and say that these are a massive disappointment. They don't have any articulation except for the arms, and that's it. They don't move. You can't move their heads, you can't move their tails, you can't move their legs, you can't move their feet. You can't move anything on these. The one thing that would redeem these figures is if they could stand, and if they looked good on a shelf standing by themselves. Well, that's not even possible either. So let's get into it a little bit more detailed, and we'll go over each Raptor one by one. So here's our first offender, Velociraptor Charlie. And right away we can see the Jurassic World logo right on the leg, and a pretty decent sculpt. I think it's definitely movie accurate, got a great looking head, perfectly painted eye, and great texture throughout with the scales and the scars. Just a really good looking item. But is it a figure? Is it a statue? What is it? Because it doesn't stand like a statue, and it certainly doesn't move like a figure. These legs are glued in position. You can rock them back and forth. Don't even know if I'm supposed to be able to do that, but they don't move. The mouth doesn't open and close. It's stuck in that position. It's sculpted in that position. The head doesn't turn. The tail, no articulation. The only thing that moves on these figures is the arms up and down. So while the sculpt might be nice and it might look movie accurate, the lack of ability to get this figure to stand, to be able to pose it, to be able to get it in a mean looking position, it just isn't working for me. I don't know what kid would want to play with this where they can't actually do anything. It's just a piece of plastic that happens to be pretty movie accurate. And I don't know how Jurassic World accurate it is, but it definitely has the right velociraptor look to it. But aside from smashing this into another dinosaur or smashing it into a vehicle, there really is nothing you could do with this. There are no play features. There is no articulation. Again, aside from the arm up and down, it's just supposed to stand there and look like a statue, and it doesn't even do that. Here is Velociraptor Echo. And again, I'll compliment it with a great looking sculpt. Awesome detail right into the plastic there. Really cool paint job. This one really stands out. Cool position for the mouth, really wide open. Awesome paint on the eye. Doesn't stand. Doesn't articulate. These legs rock a little bit more. But it's just the arms up and down on this guy. No head, no tail, no movement. Just another big hunk of plastic. Velociraptor Blue. Again, Jurassic World on the leg. Pretty ugly looking paint job on the bottom there. Articulated arms. Stuck in position head. Still a great looking head with an awesome looking eye. Definitely movie accurate. And possibly able to balance. Here he is in the dark with the Target exclusive play feature. On his back there, some glow in the dark or ultraviolet paint that you can use this little UV light to light up. What a blast. And finally we come to Velociraptor Delta. And while he does enjoy the distinct advantage of being able to stand on his own two legs, he has the worst sculpt of the four by far. Now, I don't know if this is something from the film. I don't know if he's meant to look so drastically different. But if you compare the two heads, and I don't know how well this is coming out, this head is drastically smaller. And this looks much more like the Raptor I've seen in the past and that I'm used to. Secondly, his pupil in his eye. The eye is not split like a snake or a reptile. It's just got a big anime style black circular pupil in it that none of these other raptors have. So I don't know if Delta is a different genetically altered type of raptor that has special look and powers and ability, but his sculpt in this figure really does not look like a classic raptor. And while he can stand, his very long arms, is in a very strange position, and just the way he's standing isn't that cool looking. So please, listen to me. Run away from this Target 4-pack. This is an abysmal excuse for a toy. They don't have any play features. They don't have any articulation. There's nothing you can do with them. They're not good looking statues. They won't stand. The paint isn't perfect. The sculpts are decent on most of them. But this is a pass. If you're gonna skip anything in the Jurassic World line of toys, this is the worst of anything I've reviewed, and I'm honestly flirting with returning these to Target.